What's up, you guys? I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll look at Tesla's 2022 holiday update on a legacy Model S. Hey guys, so first off, Happy New Year. Pretty cool that you guys are in the future for me. I'm actually filming this on Christmas Eve 2022. And Christmas did come on time with Tesla's holiday update 2022, even for those of us that are on FSD. So that was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't exactly sure whether or not we were going to get a holiday update in time. Since, we're on FSD, it could, sometimes there's a little bit of a delay before we're caught up to the main branch. This time that didn't happen, even for someone who's got kind of an odd car like mine. I've got a 2017 Model S, so that means it's got the portrait screen. It's not one of the refreshed Palladium models that have a horizontal screen orientation. And it's also odd in that, it came with MCU1, the original media control unit, but mine, I upgraded it to MCU2. So this is the media control unit that has an Intel Atom processor. So that did give it the ability to stream Netflix and YouTube and Twitch and all that good stuff, Disney Plus, etc., and games and yada yada yada. Is really awesome. Anyway, let's jump in here and see what we got. Of course, before we do that, I'll say that a lot of the new features are not available for legacy Model S and X like mine. Many features require an interior cabin camera, and I do not have a cabin camera there, as do all of the newer cars. And so that means that I couldn't get features like zoom, also a feature where you can see the interior camera using the phone app, and you can see what's going on, say if you've got dog mode or something like that. It does let people know that it is, in use. But it's nice that you can check on your dog while you're in the grocery store or something like that. Also still don't have a live Sentry view. That one I really don't get. There's no reason why we couldn't get that on this car. So hopefully we'll get that in the future. But without further ado, let's jump in. So the version that we got here is FSD Beta 10.69.25, that 25 of course standing for Christmas Day. And then here's the actual main software version, is 2022.44.25.5. So again, year 2022, week 44, day 25. Although the 44 doesn't quite line up right. But anyway, close enough. In any case, let's take a look at the release notes here. These are now available in the app as well, which is pretty cool. It says that there are some minor bug fixes and improvements, and there certainly are. In fact, those are the things that I'm most excited about with this release. So for full self-driving beta, there's really not much new. These are the same old ones from before. So yeah, this is all the same stuff that we've had on the 10.69.3.3 that I had beforehand. But the new thing that did come to my cars, as you can see here, is Apple Music. So we can now access Apple Music on any Intel processor or MCU2 and above cars. I don't know if this made it to MCU1, folks. Let us know in the comments below. Hopefully it did. But in any case, that adds to a growing library. Now you've got also Tidal and Spotify and quite a lot of different apps that we can use. With Apple Music, it looks like there's basically two qualities. There's a guy that did a bunch of testing, and you can find his posts on Twitter and also on Reddit. But it looks like it's doing 64 kilobit high efficiency codec. And so it can sound, pretty decent, but it's obviously not going to sound anywhere near as good as what I've got using USB. A lot of people are saying that the Bluetooth 256K AAC is pretty good. I don't think it sounds anywhere near as crisp and clean. Oh man, this is kind of annoying. I'm going to disconnect the phone here so that we don't get all these annoying chimes here. Anyway, it's still cool that we got Apple Music, so those of you that are big Apple fans, that would be useful for you. Next, we got a new game. We got Mahjong. I've never actually played Mahjong, but it's cool that we have the game now, so it could be fun sometime. This one's useful to confirm a phone call transfer. So now, rather than just automatically transferring to the car, we're able to click a button and choose whether or not to do that. So that was good. I think I mistakenly talked about that one in my last video about how my Tesla keeps getting better and better. Sorry about that. I'm not perfect to make mistakes. Also, looks like we can look up contacts on Bluetooth devices. That's really cool. Could definitely be useful. And then this one's neat too. It's auto present the door handles. So now we can choose not to do that at home. So like if I had a house and I was constantly walking back and forth by my car, I might not want to, put unnecessary wear and tear on the door handles and have them presenting all the time. So you can turn that off. And I know with Model X, you can also now have it so that the door doesn't open, which certainly sounds useful when you're at home. So that's a cool setting. This one is cool. I didn't expect to get it because I don't have an exterior speaker. And this is remote emissions testing mode so that we can use the app actually and make the car fart. Okay guys, let's do some emissions testing here. Hitting the fart icon in the app. Oh, that was a big noisy one. Excellent. So it looks like they are random. So very, very fun to be able to do that when someone is nearby the car and they're an unsuspecting victim for a prank. So yeah, very, very cool. Then we've got always rainbows, which was allow the visualization to always show the rainbow road. I guess some people like that. You can definitely do that. And then we have an option, a new option for Sentry mode, which does you can toggle camera-based detection now, where so you can set it so that it only uses sensors. This way, it'll use both cameras and sensors. I'm going to keep the camera-based detection on, of course. So that came in 2022. 2.44, but that's new for me because I'm on here on the FSD branch. And then, yeah, the other stuff, that's all older. So that's what we've got in the release notes. But one of the things, and really the thing that I'm most happy about, is, it said there's these minor bug fixes and improvements. Well, one of them is that the UI is way snappier. So before, well, it's not scrolling here, but everything is way, way snappier. So here we go, autopilot, blah, blah, blah. We'll go to lights, trips, and just scrolling as well here when I open up the music and I'm scrolling up and down. I don't know what they did. They seem to have optimized the code here for Intel Atom processors and everything is now running nice and snappy. So that is a great, great change. If you have an Intel Atom processor, let me know if you've noticed that. I think it might be even more noticeable on these portrait screen S and X, where kind of the software stack is a little bit different. We don't have cards and all that stuff the way, or the lack of cards that you guys with the horizontal or landscape screens have had. So you can see my music controls are still the same. With those that have the landscape screens, they now have this little music card that you have to swipe up, and it kind of changes depending on context. Anyway, kind of cool, but I don't have that. The other small improvements here, one that I think is welcome is, let's say that I'm navigating over to Aldi. Now the font size is larger, so it is easier to see all this stuff. And then the minimized version of this without the directions, I think looks quite good. Lets you know what your state of charge is going to be when you get there. And yeah, again, the text is larger and easier to read, so very, very nice. With landscape screens, this thing gets split into two parts. So there's some stuff up here and then some stuff down here. We don't have that on these portrait screens. So a little bit different and still nice. We have all this stuff here in the top bar, including Sentry and Dashcam and Home Link and all that stuff. So very, very cool. One thing we did never get is the new energy graph. So those of you with the newer cars have a different and cooler energy graph, but this one's just fine for me, I think. What else is there? Well, I guess one unfortunate thing is here, let me turn the volume all the way down so that we don't have copyright issues. But let's say that I'm playing Africa by Toto. We can see here the album art Africa by Toto. Everything's great. Go over here to the USB, switch that over to media. Whoops. Oh, what? What do you mean phone not connected? For some reason, when I go to media, I need to have the phone connected. So I've done that. So here we go. Africa showing here. But unfortunately, when we change the track, and now we've got Dream On by Aerosmith, we do not have an album art updating in the instrument cluster just yet. So that's a bummer. However, what we do have is continued improvements to the sound quality. So I've been talking about this a while. The first really big change happened back in the summer of 2021. They did some changes to refresh their Palladium Model S and X sound, but something filtered down, and the separation and sort of the use of all of the speakers in the cabin was markedly improved at that time. I saw a little bit of more of an improvement in another update between then and now. And then now here where they've added Apple Music, they seem to have done something again with the digital signal processing, and the audio sounds even better. What I'm noticing is improved separation, number one, so I can hear distinct instruments better after the update than I could beforehand. And then the second one is an improved use of the rear speakers. So, over time it's gone from really having most of the sound coming from the front of the cabin to where now it's really coming from all around you. So great job. Whoever over there at Tesla is in charge of doing the music stuff, doing a great job. And then also whoever was in charge of optimizing the software to make the UI nice and snappy in this release. Thank you very much for that too. Great job. Very happy about that. So that's really about it that we got here again with the Legacy Model S and X with portrait screens and MCU2. We are missing out on some of the new features. Hopefully some of those will come in time, like Live Sentry mode. But overall though, very happy, especially to get this update right before Christmas. And yeah, hope you're enjoying it as well. Haven't gotten a chance to test out if FSD is any better on this minor point update, but I imagine it will be pretty good, and I will let you know. Well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. If you'd like to support the channel, there are some referral links in the description. See if they're any use to you. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.